Runners through the fiffles, you'll find me a little bit of a biffle. Oh. Hello, everybody. What's good, everybody? Hello, everybody. What's good, everybody? Hello. Hello. Oh. I got new headphones coming in today, everybody. You finally bucked up. I said, shut the fuck up. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get me some new headphones. I got headphones for $10. Headphones for $10, everybody. Oh my god. Motherfucking 10 headphones! I mean, headphones for $10. That's what I got. I think it'll be good, even.
Spaghetti!
I think it'll be fantastic.
Spaghetti!
But they are on their freaking way. Amazon says $10 headphones on the way, motherfucker. Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot. Not. It's the boy. It's the boy. It's the boy. It's the boy. And he is pretty near right now. I'll tell you what. I do wonder
There's
how
the
the boy doing.
There's the boy.
Revving up those
There's
Dollar
the boy.
Tree fries for tomorrow. I do indeed hope. Wonder what it will be. It's freaking. Actually, let me go. I'll go let you guys know if you should watch the Dollar Tree or not. Nope. Gonna be a bad one, guys. Letting you know. Gonna be a bad one. Letting you know. It ain't gonna be a good one. Oh, it's gonna be trash. Oh, it's gonna be garbage. But, alright. Hello. Hashtag Tism Tuesdays. Hashtag EDF. EDF. Hashtag new headphone. They were supposed to come on Wednesday, but just whatever. I'll be getting them today. They were $10, so hopefully they're worth it. How are you doing, Ben? What's up? I'm just saying. If they are not good, oh, I'm gonna have a probably reasonable dislike towards them and probably just return them money. But I swear, me good. What was the special occasion that made you get them? They were half off, because usually they're $20, and I got free shipping just for them. So that's when I knew. I was like, I have to do it now. I have to do this. And then I did it. And I said, oh, who did this to me? Oh yeah, we gotta go talk to Popola. So, in case you weren't here last time, we went to a desert town where I said, what the fuck is all this? What is all this shit time, dude? Turns out it was just a whole bunch of me running around doing puzzles in a dungeon for no real reason.
We do not care.
Alright, fair enough. What's up, Popola? Oh, hi, Cheer. I just got a strange letter in the mail. Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice, Dream, on the matter. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty, dream curse, dream, evil dream, words, dream, and dream, someone, dream. This is certainly one bizarre piece of writing. Yeah, it's strange, alright. Who's it from? The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north. Forest of Myth? They're a bright and talkative group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this. I'll check it out. Or you will? But don't worry about it. We got business there anyway. Oh, well, alright, thank you. Yeah, me a big boy. Would this be the best headphones you ever acquired in your life? I don't know. I was pretty satisfied when I was a little boy and I had like $12 headphones. They were like the shitty type that you would have at school. Like they had the, what was it? Like instead of being all fucking cushiony and stuff, they were nice and right on your ear. You know, yeah, I kind of miss them, to be honest. Because nowadays it's like, oh, look, the thing surrounds your ear. Oh, well, look at this. Soft padding. Whoa. Like, dude, come on. I just want on the ear headphone. Not the ones with the cushion pads. Give me like a soft little foam pad, you know? I think I've shown them off before, but maybe I'll show them off again. They were like the Logitech HL or H112. That's how much I loved them, that I can remember their exact code. Bet you anything, if I look it up, I'll be able to find it instantly. Let me go take a look. What type are these? Your Grand Cherokee head ass. What the hell? That's a rude thing to say, don't you think? Logitech H112. Ah, I was one number off. 111. Sorry. Where's my fucking... Why is everything light mode? What the hell? Bitch, please. Oh, now it's in dark mode. Look. Oh. This is what I used to use all the time. These are like the best. If I remember correctly, I swear they had an H1112 or H112. Because one of them had a dual where you had one green one and one red one for the little blips. But this one only has one, so I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to use the microphone and the headphone at the same time. Look at them. This is the kind that's good, because that shit right there, it's right up against your ear, so you can fucking hear the bass and everything. Most importantly, the lyrics. For me, with these headphones, I find that I have to like, if I want to really get into the music, I have to push down on the fucking headphone. What type are these? I used to have Skull Candy headphones as a kid. Those things were pretty hype as a kid, but now, yeah, those were poo-poo doodoo. I mean, they were hype, but they were poo-poo doodoo. I don't really remember ever having one. I think I only like experienced that once. Whoa, whoa. I have to get magical absorb going again. There you go. I went through a lot of pair of those before. Pretty hype, always broke. But they had a thing where you could bring them back and get a new pair for free. Really? Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty decent. Maybe if these new pair of headphones don't work, or they're bad,
Sure is quiet.
I'll just get the
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way.
I'll just get the others.
That's what I love about you, Vice.
I'll get the old ones.
You're such an optimist. Such cheek.
Oh. I don't know. Headphones are kind of weird. I still find it a little confusing. Because, you know, what sounds very low or mid to me might be very high to you guys. I know Ben's whole audio setup, it's like everything is way too loud for him. Meanwhile, his microphone is very quiet and, you know, those all the YouTube videos he tries to, you know, show. Like, what the fuck? Beware the words. The words? What do you mean? Contagious words. Those who dream. Those who dream. Hold on a moment. There's a strange new sensation in my mind. Vice's voice rose in quizzical way. It is not quizzical. What's going on here? The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes. Perhaps we should start by asking this man. Who are you? I'm Jir. This is Vice. We heard something happened to this village. We came to see if we could help. The villager stared at Jir and Weiss. Sorry. If you can speak to me, I must have got you in my dream. How's that again? The villager explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within their world, their own dreams. That doesn't sound too bad. The village mayor had determined that the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. Now see here, he said. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream? Well, yes, said the mayor. I think you have. Oh, crap, said Jir. That means we've caught the death dream? Before the mayor could confirm Jir's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage. Ridiculous! Preposterous! Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level! I don't even recall falling asleep. The mayor attempted to take Vice's complaints in stride. Just how the death dream works, he said, brushing aside the book's remarks. My remarks shall not be brushed aside, fool, and it would behoove you to remember that this world allows me to view all of its narration. The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Jir had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village. Something there must have caused you to enter my dream, said the mayor. Stern conversation, a specific word, something. Jir and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solution. There were simply too many words to consider. Too much random chatter. Too many meaningless conversations. Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations. The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride. It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gas bag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly. Irritated, Vice looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens. Then he realized he's in a fourth wall-breaking moment. I'm about to lose my mind. 60% is about as loud as I put it, and any game I launch for the first time makes me cry, and I have all the equalizer settings off, so it shouldn't be boosting anything. Exactly. That's the fuck thing. Can you imagine being if one of these days You just like bought $30 worth of equipment off of Amazon. Like, I don't know, $15 headphones and a $15 microphone. How different your life would be. I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Jir like a contagion. Wait, said Jir suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with a renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. Oh, you must have said something something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming or something. That dreams, or what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Jir's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said, those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them. Oh. I don't know if someone's up. Let me go check. Here be one moment. Alright, I'm back, everyone. I got the new headphones. I don't know if I should put them on now and use them now, or if I should put them on later or something. What do you guys think? I don't know. I feel like, if I do it now, all the fucking sound stuff I'm gonna have to redo, because right now these headphones, I have to have them at 50. Right? My whole audios are on like 50 instead of 100. Oh. But if I don't use my sound card, it's too fucking quiet. Well, I was using that $10 mic and it worked well until I started getting yelled at for feedbacking too much. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. Fucking I don't know, I feel like just gotta get the right headphone or something. We'll get some $10 ONN headphones, the ones I have, because everything has to be set to 50. I don't know. It's kind of weird though, isn't it? It's like that doesn't make any sense though, Ben. What do you mean? Wait, hold up. I'm dissecting this. If I didn't use my sound card, it's too fucking quiet. Your microphone or everything else on the computer? Because if it's everything else on the computer, you gotta remember, you have to have like all your things down to 5 out of 100. So, I don't know about that, man. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Jeer. Sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. Hashtag note on the door. No. It was the freaking headphones. Live evolving ears. No, my external sound phone that my headphones plug into, not my audio DAC that my mic is plugged into. Sound card. Don't know why the fuck I said sound phone. Sound phone. My external sound card that my headphones plug into, not my audio DAC that my mic is plugged into. Fuck is an audio DAC? I don't know, man. Too crazy. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. Probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping it off at the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge, soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. The mayor's voice took on a note of steely determination. Won't stop trying till it happens. Jeer nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Why are you... Look, if we can be of any help, said Jeer, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. The grimoire looked from Jeer to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet, you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. My God, he said. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. Audio interface. Words, you know. I mean, why not just use the computer? Use USB plug on computer. Maybe use audio, you know, audio headphone plug, microphone plug on the computer. Huh? This is the schizo moment in games that always seems to happen. No, this is just them stuck in a dream. One sec. Bang bang. Mangus, please. He's bitching and moaning. Oh, didn't sound too quiet. Okay, just fucking use a fucking amplifier or something. Or just fix your fucking audio. Thank you. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice. Dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called out to the departing forms of Jeer and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Jeer slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before. But where? Jeer's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Jeer to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Jeer snapped. You know what, Vice? He cried. Go to hell. We're stopping. I need a rest for a few minutes before I throw up. Jeer leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid force be so goddamn big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, an cacophony of insects sprang to life, as if infuriated by his lack of respect. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out with a volume that rattled his teeth. Dude, why am I reading a fucking audiobook? That's what I have. Okay. Jeer slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice, what the hell is going on? Jeer could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as Jeer's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Jeer removed the hand from his left ear, listened to the creatures of the woods. Rees, 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 rees. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Whoa, ma. Whoa, ma. Listen, I'm done with this, dude. The insect symphony dimmed another decibel. Jeer began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. Not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? Guess so. This kind of thing happens a lot in dreams, right? Maybe it's the key of getting out of this place. And I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Oh, the answer is a woman. The answer is a secret. 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. It's gotta be a secret. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Tyr sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. The secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Tyr like a rippling wave opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with a glee. Pleased at passing the test, Tyr moved on with a new intensity. The path offered his body relief that the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a promise. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Tyr after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Tyr picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. The rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring. The ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. Tyr grit his teeth and he tried to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the windows. It's a fucking sunlight. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Dude, we're playing fucking... Oh my god. You wanna know what this is now? This is literally just the fucking... It's fucking stupid. It's Elder Scrolls Arena. We're doing fucking riddles. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried Tyr, awaking Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. Game said budget was getting too big, let's bring it back. Literally just a fucking audiobook at this point. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Tyr walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Tyr, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I? Tyr tried to ask the cloaked man who he was, what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. We wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice. Seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Tyr. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I? I've heard this one before. A man, a demon, an angel. That's not what I've heard, what? I might need help with this one. I don't think these are the... I don't think any of these are the answers. I have 4 legs in the morning. None of these have 4 legs in the morning. The 2 at noon. But I end the night with 3. What am I? You're a demon then. You gotta be. A demon. As soon as the words were spoken, the force began to swirl around them. Leaves browned and fell from trees, branches withered and died, and the tall green grass shriveled into the dark curls of ash. A massive demon suddenly appeared before Jir and unleashed a tremendous roar. Wrong, now try again. Man. Mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. What do you mean? What do you mean it's a man? Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Jir. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Oh, wait, you saw what? I'm sorry. I don't understand a thing you just said. It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the man at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Jir watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Jir and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Jir's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Ah, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. Happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Jir withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Jir filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Wait a second. That's crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? This is one hell of a story. Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Jir and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Vice. It is words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. Once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I've felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn. He remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. They awoke. Things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Jir shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. We made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once, twice, as though not quite believing the sight before him. You do have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream had started to spread through our village. I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if they were trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Jir and shrugged. Without a word, the fighter reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to. A wry smile crossed the mayor's lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head, and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished, the guardian of our village history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods. The words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Jir and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Jir mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle in the mysterious words he had left them with. "I once saw a version of you that was not yourself," muttered the mayor. "What in the world?" Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. "You know," he said softly, "this is going to sound weird, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too." Jir tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Jir gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. I wish I understood what the hell was going on here. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all. "Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life." "This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered." "I know. That's why I have to help the other villagers no matter what." Sealed verse, Dark Execution magic. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes. Oh, hell yeah. For sealed verse, that didn't take much effort. Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. Almost as if someone was guiding us to this village. You think too much of Ice. What a fucking poo-poo time. Memo. That's not what I wanted. Dark Execution. Now I can go like this. Wow, I do good with my little blippers. This must be another person infected with the death dream. It would appear that way, yes. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about this shit. Gods, please don't tell me we have to go back in there. I'm no good at this mind game crap. I'd rather hit something in the face and be done with it. Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission. Yeah. I breathe the air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked under a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that seems without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in the single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Hey, anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, "My savior!" I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. Possibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out, falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired man and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Jir. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken you from this nightmare together. The one known as Jir extends his massive hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to the freedom, my ears are as keen as ever. They recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Never thought to hear the rain again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my feet and lapping at my shins. So much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know that you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mound of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower, setting them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. Proceed south. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. East. West. South. North. East. North. The water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. You dumb bast, shouts Cheer. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insults is cut by the rising water. Grimoire Vice, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It's already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. What the fuck? Meantime, while you're reading a book, me get a dinner. Alright. I already freed one person. I don't really feel like I need to free the other. Freed that guy, but still like 2 more people over. The victim. Let's try bibble. I'm just skipping through this, man. Like, I'm sure it's a good story, but I don't want to read. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. Gamma. Oh, did I do it? Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah. We best act more carefully next time. The worst job ever. Well, fuck me. I don't know what to do with these. Especially this one. Just kind of like fucked. Man, this sure is epic. I sure do love this. Head north. Head east. Head west. Head east. Head west. Go south. Okay, cool. It gives him that again. Very nice. Something about those directions. Like I'm too lost anyways. Can't fucking do anything about it. I want to be done with this. No. Alright, let's see if we can get him out of here. So I'm gonna try south, east, north, west, north. East, west, northeast, north. Oh, see? So it's northeast, north. But north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long ago. One subject wears outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands, yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Did another prisoner or fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow. Behind the painting and inside, I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by portraits of each victim of their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors. Lead south. Go south. Go west. Fuck. We love this. We love this. I love riddles. I love riddles. I love doing adventure style riddles in a enclosed environment like text. I love text. I love text. I love reading stuff without no visionary background. Therefore, making it where it's boring. We love it. We love it. North. Hey. East. North. As long as they don't go south. Go west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their side in a dark chamber. Doubtless, they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time. It is blood that's still warm from the body. Oh no, by all the gods, the rest of these casks are filled with blood as well. From my suspicion, disgust, friends consume, escape the hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth. I lurch forward through red waters. Lead east. Go east again. At the end of this path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain of comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table. Rest of China, blah blah blah. Yeah. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. Really back away from the table, desperately lose sight of the abomination before me. Okay. Proceed north. Break it down, someone cries, so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with the Jeer and Grimoire Vice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way. I find myself sprawled in the front of the castle. Storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight breaking through. How can I thank you? I cry in tears of joy. The rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters. Sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asked Vice. Then you are a woman, madam. Yes, I am. I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprising as how I exist only in the form of words. And see, the one known as Jeer is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well with a nod and a shrug, and the three of us set forth of our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. For a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways, corridors, cleaning the smoke away for good. We watch in awe. Uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades. You have anything to say about that? Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time. I hear you. I got you out of there, motherfucker. Me back food yet? How was the food? The victim. Last one. Wait, hold up. Let me go get me save good. Yeah, me save good. Yeah, me save good. There we go. Oh, motherfucker. And another victim. This work certainly is trying. Good as a thumb up, yes. Oh dear. I'm surprised, Vice. You're a book. All this word stuff should be right up your alley. Yes, quite. Well, enough chat. Let's be off. The colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Jeer had never seen such a sight. Their eyes widened as they tried to take it in. Hey, Vice. Keep walking, but those things don't get any closer. I don't get it. They're really that big? As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with a renewed ferocity. Perhaps they are some manner of mirage, he said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. What's the reading been? It's pretty good. Jeer nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, the thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Jeer lightheaded. Suddenly, he dropped to his knees and slammed his hand against the black surface. God damn it, he said. Is this some kind of joke? Well, I'm not laughing. Complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. Joke, he said. No joke. The road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. Come on, that's some bullshit and you know it. Possibly, but thinking of it this way might make it easier for you to bear. Jeer glanced at Vice's grinning face, cursed slightly to himself, and resumed walking. As time passed, Jeer's feet grew more painful and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitate to trust his own senses. We're definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Jeer lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open, his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried, it's water! Water, asked Vice. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Right there, idiot, can't you see it? Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Jeer sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Jeer closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him, chuckling softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Jir shook his head, bewildered, suddenly pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Jir sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Jir came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right here. Confused, he put his hand up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to Jir and struck him in the face with his cover. You damn blithering idiot, stop this at once. There is no water here. Jir's face clouded. There isn't? There's not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Weiss paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. Seems we arrived in the City of Art. Jir looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Jir, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected the light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. They had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Jir. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. The miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails, beautifully carved works with light red amber, some covered in glass, the sheer variety, I fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Jir uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Playing was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable, except for a single word chiseled onto their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Jir moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures, alighting on the statue's shoulder. It emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false one will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Jir. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Jir. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Jir and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know, I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. The respective pleas given the 3 statues returned their frozen state of silence and once again enveloped the city. When you consider all the statements, only one of these could be the real thing, said Weiss. Jir furrowed eyebrows and considered his answer. The others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. I think it's Beta. Beta! The real one is Beta. Though Jir's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in dry tones of lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense, therefore Beta must be real. As Weiss finished this explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang into life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Weiss in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable jeer pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked the Vice. Have you ever been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around the bizarre objects and sculptures and dotted the landscape. Then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Jeer. It's just like that damn mare. A vague sense of unease that struck Jeer during the prayers, whatever. Okay, that was terrible. I'm positive I have seen that place before. Stop! I get enough foreboding crap from everyone else in my life. Don't you start too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right? Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I've had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much. Yeah. Or sorry, that was someone else. Yeah, I hear you. Well, let's go see the mayor. I fucking saved your people, did I not?
Hello.
Oh, thank you so much. Here, I have something for you. Obtain one-handed sword Faith. Holy crap, I can really have this? Of course. Apparently a weapon of some renown. We have little use for it. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you again for everything. Hold it. A very light sword. Doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. Whole lot of damage. Damn it, go fast. See, that one does more damage, so I'll stick with that one. Alright, I'm gonna end stream early today. Sorry, everyone. I'm excited to try these new headphones. And I want to make sure that they work. And I want to make sure everything sounds good. So that way, I can have a good time. So, I hope everyone has a good rest of their night. Later tonight will be, oh, don't you know it? Don't you believe it? It's gonna be the beautiful Elder Scrolls Arena, where we'll be finding the 6th piece of the Staff of Chaos. So, I love you all. Toodaloo and boo-bye.